Hello, good evening, everybody. This is Bezalel Design Academy. Thank you so much for joining us again today. We're glad to have you with us. We trust you are having a very pleasant evening. So we'll start with prayer, and shortly after that, we'll welcome the moderator to take the lead of this session. Shall we please bow our head as we pray? Dear Jesus, we thank you for bringing us together this evening. Thank you for Bezalel Design Academy. Thank you for every of our team members and every of our community members, our alumni, and everyone that has one or two things to do with us. We bless you. We ask you, God, to take charge of tonight's webinar in the name of Jesus. Let it be a very inspiring one. Thank you, everlasting God. We give you all the glory. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. So this evening we have our alumni on the call. They will be sharing their experience. They will be sharing their learning experience at Bezalel and their design journey so far. First, we have Israel Durosawo uh, and Caleb Adeyi-Akintunde. They both have been with us for quite a while, and today they will be sharing how Bezalel had impacted their design career. This session will be well moderated by our one and only lead creative designer, Rebecca Ayoola. So that's it for today. I trust that this session will be very insightful, very encouraging, and probably flower giving. All right, so moderator, you have the floor now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. So, welcome to Bezalel Design Academy again. Welcome to the webinar. Hope you're all fine. So,
Yes.
in this meeting, we'll be talking about the journey so far and the experience so far. We'll be talking to most of our alumni. We're talking to them, we're asking them questions on how far this journey has been. And on the call, we have Israel Durosawo, a Bezalel alumni. Please, can you say hi? Are you on the call?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here.
So we'll be starting right now. So I would not be asking the normal question that you'd be expecting, like when did you start, your passion and everything. I'll be asking you based on your present status. So how has the journey been?
That's really been so good. Yes, very, very good.
Please, we
Though
want details.
you want details? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has been ups and downs actually, but the journey has been very, very good. I don't know. The I don't know the details, the exact details you want. That's what I'm thinking about.
Like
But
how
okay.
you've been able to push yourself forward whenever you are tired, or whenever you think I'm
Yeah,
frustrated after this.
yeah.
That's what yeah, and also the good times too.
Yes, I really get that. There are a lot of times that it is very frustrating, especially with clients and everything. Sometimes you just finish a design for a client and they be like, this one, I want to change this one. Then again, after submitting that one, this one, I want to change it. So sometimes it is really, 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 really frustrating. And sometimes maybe you just want to try some things out. You want to like, how do they do this? How can I go about this? And you are so much stressing yourself about it, and you don't really know how to go about that. You watch YouTube and everything, you don't really understand. That period can be so frustrating. You almost give up. There are times that I almost give up on designing. I swear, I almost give up, but the passion, yeah, let me say, there is that passion in me for design.
Yeah.
Some people really do not have passion for design. They just want to design for the money. When I started, I didn't start for the money. To be very honest, I didn't start design for the money. I started because of that passion in me, because I just love seeing beautiful things, beautiful design. I love seeing everything. So that was what like motivated me to start. So I didn't really start design for the money, not until I joined Bezalel and everything started going smoothly. And the sweet times in graphic design is when your clients pay. That's like the very sweet time when you finish your design and you send to client and they finally pay you. That's a very interesting time in graphic design that you enjoy so well.
Hmm. That's really nice. It's very good to hear. And I picked a point from what you said. You mentioned that the journey became very sweet when you joined Bezalel and everything was going smoothly. So, would you like to share with us your experience with Bezalel and how everything has been?
Yeah. Joining Bezalel, it is a very big shift for me in my graphic design journey, because when I started designing, that was years ago when I was in secondary school. I was not really serious with it. And like a director said in the last webinar, he started designing with desktop that our parents used to buy for us at home just to watch
Yeah.
all these cartoon and all. Yeah, so I started with that too, with one old Corel Draw like that. So I didn't really know what I was doing then, just merge everything together. And oh, so that time there was no really experience, there's nothing. I just bought the passion I had for it, I just started doing it. Not until 2022, yeah, is it 2022 or 23? The first turning addiction into a career, the first
I think that was
edition.
2022.
Yeah, the first edition. That was when everything changed. So since then, the first edition I attended, then we were taught so much things. It was then I even learned of Canva. Yeah, I said it last week also that I'm a Canva, like I use Canva most for my designs. Yes, that's actually not a lie. I really enjoy using Canva. So it was then that he told us about Canva. Then I saw the importance of Canva. I see that Canva is very interesting to start designing. Yeah, since then, so I started designing gradually. And my I okay, yeah, let me say this. I attended that turning addiction into a career when I started designing. And the first gig I landed was actually from a free job. I did a free design for someone, then the person referred me to someone. So the person she referred me to, that one paid me. Then the person that paid me that I did that design for, she still referred me to another person. So that was how my
Wow.
journey started with any in graphic design. But the first job I did was actually a free job, and then joining Bezalel was actually so good for me. If I hadn't attended that turning addition into a career, maybe my design life, maybe I would have put it aside and focus on another thing. But Bezalel really opened my eyes to how deep design can be. Design is actually more than the software you use. It's how you can think, how creative you are. And Bezalel, you will be exposed to that. In fact, from the onset, you'll be exposed to that. Then there's before, yes, me, I really love like adding plenty colors, plenty fonts and everything just for your design to be beautiful, just for it to be so colorful.
Yeah,
So,
good.
yeah, yeah, so when I joined Bezalel, the first thing he told me then, the first thing I learned was keep it simple and stupid. He said he mentioned keys that day. So I was not like, keys, what is keys? Yes, until he told us the full meaning. He said keep it simple and stupid. He expatiated on that, and I really saw the importance of keeping it so simple. And he gave us examples. He showed us some designs and said to choose between the one that was simple and the one that was the color was so much and everything. So since then my eyes was open to like good designs, and I know that yes, this is actually something that is good. You get.
Yeah. So now when you say a good design, you'll be able to, if you don't turn boss like this indirectly, you'll be able to say, no, this is the right and this is the wrong. So,
I with my few years of experience, with my experience, yes, I can actually differentiate between a good design and a bad design. Yes.
all thanks to Bezalel. So,
Yeah.
you've told us about your experience. So what is one key lesson that you've picked in
One key
Bezalel's
lesson.
experience, one key lesson that if anybody asks you, why you with Bezalel, what is your own with Bezalel? There should be a lesson or a key reason why you decide to stick to Bezalel. Apart from sticking to Bezalel, why you decide to promote Bezalel? Because when you speak about your experience, there's no way you would refer back to Bezalel. If Bezalel was this ras academy, you would there's no way you want to do it. You would not actually give Bezalel the accolades it deserves rather. So
Yeah.
what's that key lesson or key reason why you still keep giving Bezalel the accolades?
Well, up till today, I'm an alumni, right? But
Yeah.
up till today, there is no design I do that um that the director does not know about. That's one thing. So
Mm.
one thing I'll really say is beyond design, Bezalel is actually good at mentorship. Yes, Bezalel is good at mentorship. Beyond that design, they teach and everything. They are good at mentorship. So when you like finish your design, they won't just abandon you to just go about your life, find your way. No, they won't do that. So there's this mentorship and they put you on, they mentor you until you can stand on your feet very well. Even till now, I still like show some designs. Then Bezalel helped me to connect with so many creatives. Like in Bezalel, now, I have some people I work with, people I ask about. Okay, I don't understand this. Can you please show me, tell me how to do this? So Bezalel actually helped me to connect with creatives like myself and collaborate with so many people. I
Mm.
do work, yeah, I work with some of Bezalel alumni too. I work with some of them and even the ones that are students presently. Yeah, so Bezalel helped me to collaborate and also connect with so many other people, so many creatives like me. And they have a big community that, in fact, that the community is very, very wonderful.
Mm. Thank you very much. So I also have this question that I've been meaning to ask. Let me collate my words together. So I would love you to, sorry, give me a minute.
Okay.
And I would love to ask you how have you been able to handle um feedbacks, like critiques, when people critique your design? How has Bezalel rather, sorry, how has Bezalel taught you to handle critiques? There's no way, even though you make a very, very simple and a good design, some people would definitely critique your design. And we already know in this industry, critique is a normal thing. It's left for you to choose the right one and the one you want to actually follow and the one you want.
Yes, exactly. So on that, there's no way people will not like um critique your designs. But one thing I have always learned to do, and one thing that the director always tell me is don't let um their words weigh you down. And one thing he always tell me is show your work every time. Show your work, no matter how good or how bad it is. Show your work. And anytime like people critique your design, you just don't let it weigh you down. See the positive side of it, not the negative side. See the like reason for you to grow. There are some times that people just like critique your design and you if you see the negative side, you'll be weighed down. You will not want to improve. You will not see the positive in what they are telling you. Yeah, when they critique your design, you know that okay, yes, this part is it really needs improvement. Yes, you get this part. I need to improve on this. Yeah, this I need to do this. But when you allow it to weigh you down, you will not be able to improve. You know, in fact, you'll be so frustrated and you don't want to like keep going again. You just want to give up, and that's so bad.
Mm. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, another question I have for you is, how do you handle your creative block? Because there's no how as a designer or in this industry, there's no how you do not have creative block. There's no how you want to escape it. There are sometimes that you feel you know what you want to do, but when you put your PC or open your PC, you want to open Photoshop and you want to start designing, everything goes blank. How do you handle
Yeah.
such? How has Bezalel helped you in that area? So
Yeah. So when I started designing again, I really I do not used to like check designs online for inspiration. Me, I used to feel like it's stealing other people's design. Like why would I
okay.
start my own from scratch? You get so.
Yeah.
But when I joined Bezalel, he mentioned something about that, and he said it is not actually stealing other people's design. It is gathering inspiration. There's nothing in this life that you want to do that someone has not done before. So it is
Mm,
good to gather inspiration and before you start your design. Yes. So before I start any design, yeah, this actually even helped me in the competition, the first competition Bezalel organized. I came first in that competition. So that competition, it told us that in the file, your inspiration, the designs you check for inspiration, it has to be in the file you are submitting and everything. So
yeah.
since then, so I do not even try to stress myself on. So whenever I have a design, not like I'm stealing other people's design, but I check online, I check something similar to what I want to do. Then I
Inspiration
use that.
for it.
Yeah, I use that to gather inspiration for the work that I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. Thank you. And also, there is something else. There's one key thing the director always say, like sketching out your design process, like sketching out what you already have in mind. You know, after gathering the your inspiration, there's no way
Yeah.
things will definitely flash into your head, and you should at that moment start sketching it. I'm just adding to what you're saying
Yeah,
from that.
that's that. Let me actually add on that. That's actually I recently moved to UI UX design from graphic.
Yeah.
Though I didn't leave graphic design, yeah, I'm still doing graphic design, but as a creative now, I cannot just stay on one part. So I have to move on and on. So I moved to UI UX, and it has actually been helping me. That sketching out, to call it wireframe in UI UX design, since since when I started designing. Some actually sometimes when the design is actually like something that you need to think and think and think. I document anytime maybe I'm just sitting down like this. I just remember, oh, this thing I can add it. Then I go to the paper where I do the wireframe. Then I add to it what I want to add. I add that to it, and that has actually helped me so much.
So another question I would love to ask you is, for me as a designer, there have been times that I would get frustrated to the extent that I would be like, should I quit or stuff like that. But there are days when I'll be like, this design, me and you, we die here. Do you get? Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So how have you been able to handle those days? How have you been able to
Oga, why are
push
you going
yourself
on now?
towards that? Design, no, me and you, we are here. This industry, I'm not leaving you. We die here together. How have you been able to push yourself? How have you been able to pick your stance in the industry?
Yeah, yeah. I've been in that situation so many times, but one thing that keeps me going is the passion. I will not lie, is the passion. There's this thing that someone said that actually like got to me one time. It's the person said when what is driving you is internal, like it's not an external force. When it is an internal force, there's no how you want to stop. You get, is like the passion, something you have passion for. if you have passion for something, there's no how you want to quit. Even if there are days, even when days come like, let me just quit, I don't want to do this again. The passion in you will make you just to continue, just continue. You don't want to stop. Yeah, I feel like basically it's passion. Everything on that is passion.
All right. Thank you very much. So moving on, I would like to ask you this. So now, earlier you mentioned that you are currently moving. It's not like you've left graphic design, but you are trying to figure out how to handle UI UX, that's user interface and user experience design, right? So I would like to ask you, how is Bezalel, or how has Bezalel helped you in finding your niche, or have you found your niche yet?
Um, ah, I feel like I'm still going on about it. But before I started UI UX design, I read about it. I asked people about it so that to know what I'm putting myself into. You get from moving from
Yeah,
graphic design to UI UX. So I asked people, and I even spoke with the director of Bezalel. I talked to him and he said that it's actually a good thing. You cannot just sit down on a graphic design doing flyer. You get doing social media flyer. You cannot just based on that. You have to like improve and everything. So that I'm sorry, before we give me the question. Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, have I answered your question?
At the end, I could not really hear because there was noise. Please, can you repeat that part?
Oh, okay. I was just basically saying that UI UX, like I read about it before, and I cannot just be on the same spot like doing social media flyers
Yeah.
alone. Yeah, so I have to like move on. Then I read about it, I spoke to people about it, and I just know that yes, I have to move on. And the experience I've gained in Bezalel has helped me a lot.
Thank you. And have you ever felt pressured? Maybe you see people, maybe people you started together, they are doing better. And you feel these things these people are doing, we are doing the same thing, but yet I cannot still see my growth. Or and there's this thing that is trending, this inferior syndrome that is trending now, where people feel they are doing even better than people that are getting gigs. I haven't been able to handle that.
Ah, I've
Inferior
always
complex, like something relating to that.
yes,
I haven't been able
yes,
to handle it.
yes, I get your question, but I've always taught myself to always believe in myself, no matter what. I that there's that moment that it will occur to you that it will just it will just come that people are doing better than me. But just be pressured because I just refuse to be pressured. That's all. I refuse to be pressured. I know gradually, little by little.
Can we hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, very loud and clear.
Okay. So moving on, thank you very much for the question. So you're trying to say pressure, you've trained yourself to be, how would I put it? You are wearing a protective shield against pressure, right? That's what you're saying. You've trained yourself to have that boundary for pressure. Is Israel still on the call, please?
It's still on the call, but I'm not sure whether I can hear you or
Probably his
the
network.
network, I think. So talking about pressure, pressure to our life. Many times we can be pressured as to what our colleagues are doing that we are even not meant to do.
Okay.
We're on different journey, and that must really be established. We must come to admit that you are unique, I am unique, we're on different paths to life, right? And I should face my path while the next person faces their path. Comparison is one easy way where pressure creeps in. And once it creeps in, you even lose your focus. You get distracted. you no longer see that you are able, or you no longer see what you should focus on and all of that. So many times that we are pressured because we are even looking at the wrong people. They are successful in their niche, they are successful in their journey, they are successful in their path, but that may not really be your own path. That may not really be my own path. So
Yeah.
instead of using the same energy that it takes to look at someone, and then instead of taking inspiration, you are taking pressure away from them, it's the same energy is going to take you to focus on what you have to do, focus on your journey, and then move. Over to you, moderator.
Yeah, sorry, I lost my internet connection.
Okay. Do you remember the last question we asked you?
Sorry, please, can you
You
come
were
again?
you were answering us. We're talking about pressure and all. So I was
Oh,
saying you okay.
oh
I'm
yes,
listening
yes.
to you.
I said I've always taught myself to not succumb to pressure. You get
Yeah.
there's always that urge to feel pressure when your friends are doing like better than you. And but I know that one thing that I always know is I am not on the same spot. I keep improving, like I improve on myself. So I know that yeah, definitely someday me too I will do even better than them. So I just refuse to be pressured. I will not succumb to the pressure.
Okay. Thank you very much. So if you were to to talk about Bezalel, probably you go to a meeting and you were to pitch Bezalel, how would you do that with your learning experience in Bezalel? Can you just give us a brief moment for us to feel Bezalel, the impact of Bezalel?
Okay, so as a beginner in graphic design, or you don't even know anything at all in graphic design, and you have the passion as a creative, you are a creative, you have the passion for graphic design. Bezalel is always recommended for you as a beginner, even as an intermediate designer. Let me say intermediate, yes. Even as an advanced designer, Bezalel is always recommended because he said one thing, the way the director learned his own design, it was pick from here, pick from here, pick from here. But the advantage we have today is Bezalel now has a structure for us to learn that there are courses that we can take online on the website. The learning is now structured that you have so much learning, so much to like learn from the sorry please. Yeah, so you have so much to learn and so many things to gain from the experience of the tutors. So you have, because some of the tutors are like the way they learn it is just speak from it, but their experience is part of what you're also learning in Bezalel. And Bezalel, there's no way you learn at Bezalel. Bezalel is actually more than just teaching you how to use your softwares also. Bezalel helps you as a creative to grow, to even collaborate with so many people, to connect with so many other creatives also.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your pitch. And in the absence of our second panelist, does anybody have question towards or to Israel or towards what we do at Bezalel? Please, if you have a question, you can just signify, raise your hand. Or rather, should I rephrase my question? Does anybody have a question regarding what we do at Bezalel? Or does anybody have a question for our panelists, Durosawo Israel? So, well, in the absence of none, I'll be calling on our director to give us a general comment and also close this meeting. Mr. Anu, are you on the call? Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, signify.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
All
I
right.
can hear you.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Once again, thank you for joining. This is Bezalel Design Academy. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Also, I want to appreciate our panelists, alumni at Bezalel Design Academy. Chief Israel, my big boy. All right, thank you for sharing your experience and for your kind words too. Thank you. Second panelist was supposed to join, but one thing happened that he couldn't. Hopefully, he will still be able to join. I got a message from him just a moment ago. If he can, then we'll have him join us and share his experience too. But before then, I would just love to make this general comment. All right, is here. Hello, Caleb, welcome. So just give me a minute while you settle in, then our moderator will welcome you. So while Israel was sharing his experience, he mentioned turning addiction into a career campaign. It gladdens my heart seeing the results that all of these campaigns bring today. I mean, then, okay, we have a responsibility to the community and we are committed to it. If Nigeria will be better, it is all of us responsibility. Everybody must partake in making our nation better. You don't have to go out and say, oh, until I can train 1,000 people. Start with people in your locality, and that's what we do at Bezalel. Turning addiction into a career campaign is summarily transitioning from mobile addiction into graphic design, transitioning from mobile addiction into a career. So instead of pressing your phone on and on 247, yes, if you want to press the phone, no problem. We're not going to stop you from pressing it, but we'll give you another software to use, and that's all about turning addiction into a career campaign. We teach mobile graphic design softwares for that edition. And of course, like Israel said, all over teaching, whether for beginner, whether for experts, whether for intermediate, we cut across key lessons beyond the software. And I also want to mention that critiques are subjective. When I critique your work, I'm critiquing it from my lens. Yes, I may be more experienced, I may not, but just know that whoever is critiquing your work, person is critiquing out of that person's knowing. It's subjective. So when you have negative feedback, don't let it get to you. Many people lack emotional intelligence, but you should not lack emotional intelligence. If someone uses a harsh word at you, you can prepare your mind whether it gets to you or it does not. You get so. I just thought to mention that. I'm glad with the point Israel made about inspiration folder. I remember that I think Rebecca was also on that competition, maybe another series. So if you have to submit, you would submit inspiration folder alongside the submission. And that really stood out for me. Thank you. All right, over to you, moderator.
Yeah, I think I was on the competition before that of Israel. I think the one Israel did was that of 2023 and I did that of 2022. I think so. Because I'm not sure if I was with Israel in any competition. I can't remember though.
Yeah,
Or Israel.
No, I don't think we were on the same competition. I think
Okay.
it was the first I did, then you did the second one. I don't.
All right.
I'm not really sure.
So we can see how Bezalel and has helped to impact the community and the little things we can do by through the program turning addiction into a career. And we also God has helped our director push another campaign out, which is the Digi Transform program, which the first ever held at Goma Baptist College. I think that was last 2 months, if I'm correct. So am I correct? Was it last 2 months?
Yeah, that was in April 21st.
Okay, yeah. So this is not just a sidebar, but also a challenge for you to check out our website, which is you can see our website. Is it on the screen? Yeah, bezalelgroup.org, and You can also join our community to participate in more enlightening programs or get different things about design, and you can also reach out to us directly through the number on your screen. And I hope today's program has taught everybody on the call 1 or 2 lessons, and those who would be watching it, I hope the program would teach you a lesson on how to gather inspirations and how to work better as a designer and how to handle feedbacks and critiques. I hope you have all learned something. If you learned anything today, please can you raise up your hand? Kingsley, do you want to talk?
No, I'm not talking. I'm just trying to make it.
Okay. Oh, I think our second panelist is around.
Yes,
That's
yes.
Caleb. Caleb, are you ready for us?
Yes.
You're ready, okay. So please, would you like to introduce yourself to us? Just briefly.
Yeah, my name is Adeyi-Akintunde Adeyi. I'm a student at Ayoola Technical University, and I enrolled for Bezalel's course earlier this year, the first course of the graphic design mastery course.
So how has been the experience so far after the course? How has been your experience? Can you just brief us on it?
My experience after the course has been awesome. And one of the things that I emphasize, especially when maybe I have to make a post or something, is that one of the things that most stood out for me is the fact that there is that mentorship. So it's not that the videos are just dumped on us and we have to find our way around it. So a lot of times, either architects are not DM, sometimes the lead designers DM to asking for their perspective about the design, and they handle me with patience. So it's not like we are just left to ourselves. That guidance is usually.
Caleb, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here with you, man.
Okay. I am not sure I got the ending part of your brief.
Okay, yeah. So I was saying that one of the things that really stand out for me is the mentorship part. Yes, I learned new things, a lot of new things, but one of the things that made it to stand out so well for me is the mentorship part. So there are a lot of times, architects are not DM or in your own DM asking for your views on certain designs and the like, and uh, how that all those times the handling is with patience. So that guidance ever since that time, it didn't end with the course. So it's one of the things that makes it more more peculiar to me. So it isn't like I have to find my way around many things. I have that guidance from Bezalel to still help me even as I get.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we have um a website, and we also have the LMS where you learned. How was your experience on LMS? Was it a user experience qualified, or it was just give your honest opinion about it?
Okay, my experience with LML was cool actually because it's kind of easy to navigate, so it's not a complex something. Yeah, so my experience using the LMS was.
Please, can you come again? I'm not sure I can hear you properly. Or probably is it my network? Caleb, can you hear me?
Yeah, what I said again. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, so what I was saying was that my experience using the LMS was great. So it's easy to navigate, and the fact that we are even taught on how to navigate the LMS is part of the curriculum that you teach. So it makes it easier to use.
So let's give it a rate now. What would you give it over all over 10?
Well, I would I would give it about 9/10.
Oh, that's a lot. That's good news. So my next question for you is after the quads, how have you been able to handle your design so far? Can you tell between a good design and a bad design right now?
Yes, I can. It was one of the things that was hammered and that comes up whenever I send designs to review is that there is that hammering on the basic principles of design. And really, if something is going to look great, then it must really stick to the basic principles. So using those principles, I can differentiate between a design that is very good or one that still needs a lot of.
Okay, thank you very much. That's two ups for Bezalel right now. So my next question for you is, have you experienced so far? I know you are new. Have you experienced creative block in any kind of way?
Well, it happens a lot of times that I'm staring at my screen and I don't really know what to do. So that
Mm.
happens with me.
So how have you been able to handle it? Through from what Bezalel has taught you, how have you been able to navigate your way around creative block? How have you been able to overcome it, type it or conquer it?
Okay, sir. So one of the things that I learned in Bezalel is to not just rush into a design, is to bring together similar designs to use for inspiration and also to
Okay.
sketch. And sometimes all that I need to do is just take a rest. And
Yeah. Caleb, you are giving us brief answers. Are you rushing somewhere? We want it in details. That's why you're here. So others can also learn that we are not just a mediocre at Bezalel Design Academy. You get your details in full. So you know what you're paying for. You're not paying for rubbish. You're paying for quality, premium quality. Is there anything like premium quality? You understand what I'm trying to say? Or yeah, continue, please. Give us more ginger, please. Thank you.
that, yes, I understand that. So dealing with the creative block, like many a times, it's even in the middle of the work, and somebody gets stuck. So, but as I said earlier, one thing I've learned from Bezalel is to go online, look for similar designs and study them. So in studying similar designs, an idea drops, and it has happened to me like that a lot of times. So
Mm,
it's also why having a sketch is important. So you can always refer to your sketch, and when you refer to your sketch and come back, it kind of unlocks something within. So there is that part of creativity that can be unlocked when you go online and just check out for other people's work. Many a times, and I've even found out I'm not even taking to copy because many a times my work don't later look exactly not many a times it's even very different from what I used as an inspiration, but it just
yeah.
has a way of giving me direction, like where to go in doing.
Thank you very much. Now, if you're on the call and you'll be listening to this later, you can hear from both of our panelists. They said they talked about how Bezalel have helped them to gather inspiration, to know that having a inspiration file or inspiration board before you start designing is very, very key to it's very, very key to arriving at a good design, and sketching your design before you take it digital is very, 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 very important. So and my next question for you, Caleb, is I know you are still new, but has it ever come to your mind to niche down, or you are still trying to navigate where you want to stand in the design industry?
Yeah, I've not really given too much thought to creating a niche. I mean, to exploring a particular niche. Yes, so I've not given too much thought. I'm still exploring. I'm still exploring to see where I would be very, very good as a graphic designer.
Okay. So how far have you been able to gather your portfolio together? I'm sure Bezalel taught you something, one or two about portfolio. So now tell us more about portfolio and how your learning experience in Bezalel is helping you gather your portfolio, or you are still trying to navigate how to do it.
Yeah, so I think one of the either the last class or one of the last classes we had while I was learning was based on how to build a portfolio. Yeah, so we explored different applications that could be used, and one that really stood out for me is on Behance. Yeah, so currently I have a Behance profile, so that I upload those of my work that I see to be a little bit better. So I upload them there from time to time, because many a times when somebody wants to go to my work, they will not have the luxury of me sending a lot of files to their DM. So I can just share my link. They go, they through the link, they go to check the portfolio, and they are able to see my work so far. And the ease of using the as I'm using Behance to build my portfolio. So it's been easy to use it, because we had tutorship from the academy. They especially had that class with us to tell us these are applications you can use to build your portfolio. We even checked out the agency's portfolio, the Bezalel Design Agency's portfolio. We checked it out that day. We also checked out the lead designers portfolio that day to see how far they have um they have put their works together and how good.
All right, thank you. Because you are still starting out, yeah, I have limited questions for you. But if you were to pitch Bezalel anyway, probably giving this big stage to pitch how Bezalel has helped you or what Bezalel does, how would you pitch Bezalel through your learning experience at Bezalel and your journey so far?
Okay, yes, I've posted a few times on my social media accounts about how great Bezalel's learning experience was. So, and that's what I will always see anywhere I am. Learning at Bezalel, it's a great experience. It's a great experience. We learn much, and we have the academy supporting us as long as we're able to, stay. Like being with architect Tanu now, there are still designs that I have to resketch and send to his DM when I'm done with my exams here. And he has that kind of patience, so that there are passion projects I may be working on, and it could take like one of like one of them has taken months now, and he still has that patience not to say, yeah, bro, what are you doing? You're supposed to have finished this. So there is that way. Bezalel itself, anybody who experiences Bezalel knows that it's a very good place to be. So there is no other way to teach Bezalel than to let people know that this is one of the greatest places to be if you want to have it.
Thank you very much. I'm sure our director's head is swelling right now. So, Caleb, the last question I'll be asking you right now: how have you been able to handle pressure? You know, you are just starting out, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of beautiful and there's difference between beautiful and functional designs. Let me just focus on the beautiful and functional designs. You've seen a lot that you'd be like, this thing, how have you been able to handle the pressure? Because sometimes you believe you can do it, but when you get to your system or open Photoshop and start designing, you are seeing another thing. How have you been able to handle that situation, that frustration?
Okay, so I've heard
Did you get my
few stories
question?
from I've heard stories from very good graphic designers. Yeah, I got your question, ma. How I've been able to handle that frustration from seeing very good jobs and create it and not being able to create it. Yeah, so as I was saying, I've heard very good designers, tell that story. Even um our lead designer at Bezalel, one day I saw her status where she posted a design she made some few years back, and she was like, and I was very happy with this design then. So I've come to the place of understanding that there is something called process. A lot of people making very beautiful designs will not get there in a day. So Rome wasn't built in a day. So one of the things I just to make sure I'm committed to doing is growth. So when I see a very beautiful design, sometimes I go on YouTube and replicate designs from YouTube to learn new things. Sometimes I see effects on design and I have to go to YouTube to check how to use it. So really, it's not. I don't think it's a very very wise thing to be pressured when I can rather use those designs as a motivation to go and.
Caleb, are you still speaking?
No, no, no. I'm done speaking now. Did
All
you did
right.
you get what I said, man?
But we did not get the last part. I'm not sure we heard the last part. You said something like as when you are supposed to use those that time to gather inspiration or something. I'm not sure I got that last part well. Can you just take us through it
Okay, yeah.
again?
So I was saying that I found out that it's better for me to see those designs and be motivated to learn more than to sink into frustration and start criticizing my work. So it's better to see those designs and then.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. So if you have been listening so far, you can hear the impact Bezalel has and our learning experience is top notch. If you are still doubting to join our next cohorts, which would be happening either the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So there's still time for you to join our next course right now. And you can also reach out to Bezalel through our website, which is bezalelgroup.org. And you can check our website, you see our blog posts, you see different things, different inspirations that could inspire you. And sorry, I think my network is acting up. Yeah. And you can also visit our website. Oh, I think I mentioned that. Join our community, either through. Can we hear me? I think I've been talking to myself since. Can we hear me? Oh, all right. Because my network has been acting up. Yeah, now you can see our next cohort on the screen. We completed cohort 1. That was around February, and cohort 2 would be starting by 28th of July. And you should not wait till the third cohort, and you can join our community. The link to join our community is in the chat box. You can check that. And I'll be calling on our director to say one or two things if he has anything to say. Please, can we clap our hands for our director, Mr. Anulua?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been a worthwhile time today. All right. I want to especially thank our moderator again. You've honestly done a very good job. to our panelists to thank you. Thank you for making the sacrifice to join. Caleb, we appreciate your sacrifice. Israel, thank you for joining. We appreciate your sacrifice. And everybody on the call too, we appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so just a few final notes, and we'll be meeting in about 2 weeks again. All right. So first, Rebecca, I'll turn to you back. You said my head must be swelling. Yeah, so this webinar is one of the most fulfilling that I've had, not really because of the personal high note, but because of the impact that we are making all together at Bezalel. I mean, it takes so much effort. Everybody at the back end knows how much effort and how thorough we can be just to ensure that we are giving the very best to anybody who is joining. So seeing the result of this thoroughness is what greatly gladdens my heart. And talking about thorough, I think I should just ask 2 or 3 persons on the call how thorough learning at Bezalel, working at Bezalel could be. So, Eri, you are the first person I will call. How thorough is it, or how stressful, or how strenuous? How is it for you, working, learning at Bezalel? How's it? Peter, I'm coming for you. Don't tell me you're going to buy Zoom. All right, Eri. Oh, Peter, let's hear from you. I'm not sure if Eri can hear me. Can anybody hear me, please? All right.
Good evening, everyone. So, learning at Bezalel is very thorough. Like there will be sometimes that a guy will tell you something that okay, do this for me. So we have normal me, I do have okay, this will be final. When I deliver my work I'll do it. This one is final. So when you send it to him and you say that's your final is final, and that tell you back, okay, remove this, add this, increase 2 pips. I'll be like, oh god, okay, it is you'll be like your workspace will be full of final one, final two, final three, final. So it'll be like I'll be like, oh god, okay, also know that it's somehow frustrating sometimes, but we also know that he's giving us the best at that time because next time when we do such things, we don't want him to correct us the way he corrected us the last time. So we'll put all our efforts, check your productivity. I can tell you this one is not aligned. Check your productivity, hierarchy, and everything. So thank you, Bezalel. We love learning at Bezalel. Love it.
Thank you. And thank you for the shades too. Yeah, I know how stressful it can be. I'm sorry, but I will still stress you next time. All right, Eric, can we hear you now?
Okay, good evening. So my desire has actually been a good thing for me so far since I joined desire. So I have Bokita said the other time.
When did you join? And
We do like
how did you join? How was it for you?
That was
2022 TIC.
that.
I said that was 2022 TIC 1.0.
Yes, sir. So as Bokita said the other time, it is sometimes it came out of that way. When you check it, you see that it's actually happening. And that was one reason I said that the last quarter we did like 2 people. So sometimes when he said that, Bobita said, architect in Baloyoga, something like that. So just like Oti wa de meje wa gbon ma. So when I've been working and basically when I want to start course designs monthly that time so I was just like almost design a file like different concepts. The girl name that. So I just tried my best to
but at the end, sha, so that so through that that has really helped me a lot to like unlock my creativity and the way I see that. Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you, Harry. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for the feedback. So I sent a note to the call section that if it's that you guys had the chance to beat me, maybe you guys should have gone up one day and say you will show you. We'll reduce your height by 2 pt. I know Peter say thank God you're not in Mosho. Oh, okay. And honestly, I'm proud about everybody's growth. And the concern for me is there should be a difference. There should be a difference, and I believe there are certain things that I should not have to correct again. I remember when Eri just joined as a staff, Rebecca will say, I'm tired. I've said this again. I said that, that was because it takes a process to become Bezalel, and that's where learning starts for us. If you think you're excellent at what you do, you may just want to try Bezalel. You get this is not a proud statement, it is just what it is. There is a point, there is a level where Bezalel starts, and that is where learning starts. That is excellence. And interestingly, that's where some other people stop. That's their own climax, but that is where we start. And just a very funny note, if you send a design to me or probably Rebecca, and you're supposed to put full stop somewhere, trust me, if you don't put that full stop, you will go back and put it. Or probably you missed a spelling or comma or something, maybe. Yeah, Rebecca did a design recently, and then it was supposed to be comma. She used at. I'm like, no, it should be comma. So I'm saying that to say that it is not just about design; it's about the excellence that your design communicates. Right? You can put color together, and then you spell something wrongly, and the next time or when it will be the wrong spelling will be detected is after printing. So what do you do? What do you say to your clients? Just imagine that you have a client's maybe wedding program, and then they are going to print about 500. Then you spelt the madam's name wrongly, or maybe the pastor's name, or something very awkward. What do you say? How do you solve that? So I don't want that to happen to anybody, and that's the culture is that you must pay attention to detail. You must pay attention to detail. Thank you, everybody, again for joining. I think we are good to close. Just last note on the LMS, the learning management system. If you had, yes, Glory is on the call. Thank you for joining. She joined us when we're still doing our crude learning. We upload a video to Google Drive, send the link to WhatsApp chat. Everybody watched it, then we'll come back and on like that. That was fantastic. Those who made the best opportunity of that experience, oh yeah, good. But now we have a learning management system where you can create a profile, student profile, you log in at your convenience, and then you take your course. Still on the learning management system, there's a quiz after each module. There's a quiz that you must take. There's an assignment. There are practicals to support the learning experience, such that you do not fall into the myth that you think you know it, but then you do not know it. So the assignment after each module to make you practice by fire by force. And if you do not practice, the progress is not going to read. So if the progress does not read, then there's no way we can issue you certificates. We still have some people currently who have not completed their course. And until then, that is when we can issue their certificate. And Bezalel is full of mentors. We are full of excellent tutors. And our anniversary is coming. In August, we'll be celebrating 3 years anniversary. And God has been good to us. We thank God for growth. We thank God for how far He has helped us. So on this note, there are exciting offers regarding the anniversary. Watch out for it. Join our community if you are here to join. So that's all for now. And thank you again for joining. Okay, moderator, any other thing before we close in prayer?
No, nothing else, sir.
You don't want to share your experience too?
Sir?
I said you don't want to share your experience.
My own is for another day.
All right, let's close. Lord Jesus, we thank you. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for the journey in 3 years. Thank you for all of our students, all those who have joined, participated in competitions, those who have been with us, friends of the family, interns, everybody. We thank you for their growth. May your name be praised in Jesus' name. As we disperse, we ask, oh God, that you grant unto us doors of opportunities that they would open and you would elevate every one of us in Jesus' name. Thank you for answering our prayers. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Thank you, everybody, for joining. See you again next time. Please would share the link to the replay. Do well to share with friends and family, share with your networks. Thank you again. Glory, I see you. Shout out to everybody on the call. Good news. Shout out to you. Kingsley, shout out. Thank you, everybody, for joining.